And I had to spend a lot of time to do those as formulas because there's no simple way of doing a subscript, superscript in PowerPoint. In Word you do, but what do you guys think? Huh? See, you're saying I should grow it for 3 years. Then that would get me to year 4 instead of 3. Because I know 175 is dividend for year 1. So I need to grow it only for 2 years. So B is the right answer. So, okay. We did talk about dividend yields. It's basically expected dividend next year divided by the price. Given that, what do you think the dividend is? You know the price, you know the dividend yield. Remember, dividend yield means how many dollars of dividend do you get per $1 of price, right? It's dividend divided by the price. But I give you the price, I give you the dividend yield. Anyone? Okay. Since you guys are not very interested, it's 84 cents. It's simple. Just write down the definition of dividend yield, dividend divided by current stock price. Hence, dividend is stock price times dividend yield. That's it. That's why I always tell you, write the definitions first. That takes you to places. And I will give you guys this PowerPoint. You'll have different questions on Jeopardy on Monday, but they will be similar. You actually talked about this. I already told you that A was the correct answer. From a legal perspective, preferred stock is a form of equity. Let's think about the others. Uh, Firms can allocate different kind of voting powers to different classes of stocks. For example, in Meta or Facebook, the Zuckerface, he has the so-called founding class shares. They have 10 times more voting power than normal shares. That means he can control, he can have only about 8% of the shares. I think that's going to give him a majority of the votes. Think about it, 8%. Let's say there are 100 shares available and he has only 8. His shares have 10 times as much votes, so he gets 80 votes. The rest of the guys are getting 92. So, okay, we need to do it a little bit more than maybe 12 shares. No, 9.5, maybe something like that. You can solve for it. But even though you own only about 10% of the firm, you have absolute control of the firm. But uh, let me see what the B says. Oh, all classes of the stocks don't have equal voting shares. In fact, even for Google, they also have founding shares. The shares owned by the Google guys, Sergey and Larry. And but they also have two types of other kinds of stocks. They're Class A and Class C. Class A has voting power. Class C has no voting power. One of them is Goog, that has the voting power. The other is Goog L. It doesn't have the voting power. In fact, Goog trades at a slightly higher price. Why? If at any point in time you had enough money to be able to take over Google, you have to buy the voting shares, not the other kind of shares. That means you would have to spend probably at least $500 billion to be able to buy enough control on those. And generally, preferred shares do not get to vote on anything. Every once in a while, there are special shares. For example, way back when 2008 crisis happened, Warren Buffett bought, I think, about $2 billion worth of preferred shares from Goldman Sachs, and it was going to pay 10 cents, 10% interest, which was huge. But it also gave him voting powers as long as he held those shares, and they were also convertible to regular shares, which he did convert and made a killing on that. And preferred dividends are taxable for investors, just like the regular dividends, but preferred dividends are not tax deductible for firms. So choice C, cumulative. Preferred shareholders prefer non-cumulative dividends over cumulative dividends? No. Non-cumulative means if something is missed, the firm does not have to make it up. They can if they choose to do so, but they don't have to. But cumulative, they have to, which means if you have to choose, you'll prefer the cumulative. Let's see. Okay, in terms of, let me show this to you. Since I have access to level 2 data on Robinhood, because I paid them $5 a share, $5 a month to be a gold member. Let's take this stock. These guys do AI software for security and national defense kind of stuff. They're going to also get into some healthcare systems. This is the so-called order book. At 23.92, there are right now investors that are willing to buy about 255 at that price.